These are the 10 things I learned in 2024. And in this video, I want to share with you because I think it would actually change your perspective to how you see life, to how you see business, to how you see the creative journey that you're in. Number one on that list is what I call seasons. Life is about seasons. Life is about states. Life is about transitions. Life is about time and seasons. It means that there are some times that you will do some things. There are some certain seasons that you're not able to do some other things. So what you need to understand is whatever season of life you're in, number one, figure out that season. What is this season about? If I give you an example, when I started out in photography, a minimum of like 2 years, it was a season for me to build my portfolio. Because I had time on my hands, I didn't have any other thing to do. I focused on that time. Right now, I do not have that time again to build portfolio because I'm in another season of my life. So one of the things I learned is you need to figure out what season of life you are in. Acknowledge it. Figure out what you can do at that particular season. Make the very best use of that season because time flies. Before you know it, that season is out and you'll not be able to go back to it. You don't want to live in regrets. That's why you need to figure out that season you're in, make the best out of it, and then give the rest to chance. Number two, blow your trumpet. In fact, scrap that. Do not just blow your trumpet. In fact, hire a live band. Carry your matter on your, you know the rest. Carry your matter on your head because nobody will blow your trumpet for you. Gone are those days you used to think that your work would speak for you. I want to tell you, the loudest people are the ones getting the gig. In this present economy, it's not necessarily the best person, not necessarily the best photographer, not necessarily the person that has the best skill set, but the person who has understood the craft and the art of putting themselves out there. So whatever it takes, blow the trumpet, hire the live band, put yourself out there, whether it's short form content, long form content, whatever platform you can use, it doesn't really matter. What matters is your ability to put yourself out there and advocate for yourself. Don't say that my work will speak for me. Your work will not speak for you in this generation. You need to learn how to advocate yourself and tell yourself it's okay. It doesn't make you less of a creative because you're advocating for more work. You should be comfortable advocating for yourself. Advocate for yourself. Blow your trumpet. Tell people about what you do. Sometimes you even need to brag about it because if you do not, who will? That brings me to the third point, which is as you're learning to advocate for yourself, advocate yourself to the right people. Meaning, there are some people that are not meant for what you're currently doing. Don't spend your time advocating your craft. Don't spend your time advocating yourself in front of those people at the moment. Find the people whose job is to hire people like you. Then do all you can to blow that trumpet in front of those people. Because blowing the trumpet in the wrong place, it's like you crying for help in the desert where there's no person. You need to blow the trumpet in the marketplace, not just any marketplace, the marketplace that is ready to buy what you offer. For example, if you're a child photographer, blow your trumpet in moms groups. They have moms group on Instagram, they have mom groups on Facebook, they even have moms group on WhatsApp groups. Find your way into those groups and blow your trumpet there because you're not just blowing your trumpet for everybody, you're blowing your trumpet for the people who are seeking you out. That way you convert more and have more sales than just blowing your trumpet. That's a step higher than not doing anything. Number 4, learn how to pitch. When I think about most of the gigs that I didn't get this year, and it narrows it down to the fact that maybe I did not nail my pitching well. I always tell people that pitching is about 2 things. It's about excitement and reassurance. Depending on who you are pitching to per time, you need to recognize what is in it for them. You need to recognize what is the motivation for those set of people. Because the motivation for someone that is in charge is different from the motivation for someone that is hiring for someone that is in charge. You need to find out what is the motivation behind the person that you're trying to pitch to. Once you know their motivation, if it's somebody that is like maybe an event planner, Their motivation is so that their clients have the best experience and then nobody messes things up. So for those kind of people you're pitching to, make sure you pitch reassurance to them. And the best form of reassurance is social proof. It means that you get testimonials from other people who you've done those sort of things for, and they enjoyed it so much that they wanted to share it with somebody else. Put those kind of content or those kind of testimonials in front of those kind of people that you're trying to pitch to. But if you're pitching to maybe a bride, a groom, a dad, a mom that's trying to do birthday photographs for their kids, first and foremost, you need to excite them. You need to give them ideas about the shoot. Pump them with so much excitement that they can see their child or they can see themselves in the photographs already before you can then use maybe 30% of the remaining 100% to actually now show them that you've done it for other people. Learn how to pitch, because if you do not learn how to pitch, you'll not make enough money. The next one is little foxes. You know, when you're scrolling through your Instagram all day, you said, let me just go in and post. You post, 20 minutes later, you're still there. 1 hour later, you're still there, roaming the streets of Instagram aimlessly. You move from Instagram, yours can be Twitter, yours can be TikTok, yours can be Snapchat, whatever it is. Those things are eating up the productive time you would have used in doing something that leads up to the person you want to become in the future. You need to understand that each second counts. Each second becomes a minute becomes an hour becomes a day becomes a week becomes a month. Before you know it, months becomes years. And if you spend much of the time, if you do the calculation, the amount of time you've spent roaming the streets of social media aimlessly, putting your productive time into things that are taken out of your productivity, you'll realize that you might have spent half of this year on doing things that is not helping you become the person you should become. Those little vices could be drinking. It could actually be being someone that is, you know what they say. You say, I'm the man, I have to be like a man. Those things that you say you have to be like a man, you do the mainstay, is actually little foxes. You could be lying to your clients, saying them, okay, I'm going to give you a picture tomorrow. Then tomorrow, your phone is not available. Those are little foxes. You give someone a job, and the person goes all about, I'm going to do it, I know how to do it. 1 week later, you can't find it. You get back to them, and they're like, oh, I forgot. Those are little foxes. If you do not fix them, they would cost you the business that you're trying to build. They will cost you even the life that you're trying to build for yourself. So fix those little foxes going into 2025. The next one is you are your business. Take care of your body. Take care of your health. If anything, God forbid, happens to you, that business you're saying, I need to do this, I need to run this number of clients, I need to run this number of clients, will pack up. So you need to take your health seriously. If you don't own a device that checks blood pressure, go and get it. Let that be your Christmas present for yourself. Check your blood pressure, because the number of young people who are having high blood pressure is a lot. You need to understand that the pressure on ourselves, considering where we are living, the time that we are living, is a lot, and it's having an effect on our health. Take care of your health. Stop drinking soda. Take a lot of water. Do fruits. Run if you want to run. Jog if you want to jog. Walk if you cannot do the running and the jogging. Do something, physical activity, so that you can put your body together, because the body is the instrument that carries the mind. Where the mind is the creativity that gives you all these things that you want to do in your business, it is the body that carries it. If your body is not good enough, if your body is not healthy enough, you will not be able to be productive. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Take care of your mind. If you need to take breaks, because at the end of the day, your mental health is the most important thing after your physical health, right? You need to take care of your mind. Take care of your mind. Don't lose your body, don't lose your mind, and please, don't lose your health. Going to 2025, remember that you are the business. Your body is the business. Take care of that body. The next one is, if you're still starting out, do not spend money on frivolities. What do I mean by frivolities? Those things that excite young people. You see someone do something, you want it. You see the other person do something, you want it. Oh, this person is popping bottle here, I want to pop bottle. This person is buying this, I want to buy that. And those things are not the things that come together to lead you to become the person you ought to be, or you want to be, or you've seen for yourself to become. Because the things that you seek in life is at the other end of the person you become. Why you are not getting the results today is because you've not become the person that is supposed to get that result. But when you're spending your little resources, whether it is money, whether it is time, on the things that are leading you away from who you're supposed to become, those are frivolities. Do not spend your resources, whether it is time, whether it is money, on frivolities, because it leads you nowhere and you won't get to where you ought to get to. The next one is mentorship. A lot of beginners misses out on this thing because they think it's not necessary. They think they can do it by themselves, which is true. You can do it by yourself, but the question is, how long will it take you to do it by yourself? How far can you go by yourself? What are the mistakes you will make by yourself? Because the essence of a mentor is someone who has gone the whole length, paid the whole price, gone through all of the problems, the hurdles, the roadblocks that is in between you and success. So when you have such a person with you, it's like you going to a war front. You know, when you go to war, when you watch an action film, they say there's a landmine, people are shouting. But an expert who specializes in detecting where the landmines are is like a mentor. It tells the other soldiers, don't put your foot there, put your foot here. Don't put your foot here, put your foot here. If mistakenly a soldier puts their leg on the mines, he or she knows how to diligently push their feet up that mine and successfully take them out of it. That is exactly what a mentor does for you. They carry you on their shoulders. Not so much that you see just what is ahead of you, but you can avoid the battles in the ground. I say it again. The mentors carry you on their shoulders, not just for you to see ahead, but for you to escape the battles on the ground. While your mates are struggling on the ground, you are on someone else's shoulder. The things that are affecting your mates is not affecting you. The struggle they are going through is not, you can't feel it because you are on the same height as them. And even more, maybe higher, because you're on their shoulders. You now have access to their own class of friends. So they make introductions, take you into rooms, mention your names in places that ordinarily, with all the good work you do, your name will not be mentioned. You will not be considered. The role of the mentor is more than just teaching you what to do. The role of the mentor is to empower you, take you out of the landmine field, put you on their shoulder, make sure that you don't be and see and involve in the things that pulls your mate back. And then they buy you back your time. Yes, one more thing. I need to understand that you need to invest in building relationship. There is this saying in my local parlance that says, meaning that the relationship that you have is the true definition of wealth. The cars you have is not it. The clothes you have is nothing. It is the people in your life. It is the relationship that you've nurtured that can be defined as the true definition of resources, of wealth. So, invest in people, invest in relationship, because that thing that you want, whatever you want, whether it's a gig, whether it's money, whether it's opportunity, is in the hands of another person. So imagine if that person is somebody that knows you. Imagine if that person is somebody that trusts you, someone that's done business with you before, and you've been able to deliver it, not just on the technical part of it, but also in the relationship part of it. Then you stand a better chance of earning that particular new business. Always remember, money is not the only way to get wealth. Building relationship is the best way to build wealth. The wealthier your network is, the wealthier you will become. Don't forget that. Your wealth depends on the network of people that you know and they know you too. So build relationship, because that's the best form of building wealth, especially when you're a young person. Imagine you guys started out beginners and you people are growing in different industries. There will come a time in the next 40 years that you people will be the leaders in each of your industries. Imagine you now having friends in powerful places in different spheres of the economy. That's what true wealth is, not necessarily cash in hand.